Let's take a look at a painting technique. It's more of a process than a technique. It's called batch painting. Batch painting is when you have a whole group for your army, a whole slew of figures that need to be painted in a short amount of time. And this is really something that gamers do, more so than people that paint and detail miniature figures, larger figures. Gaming figures need to be painted fast so that you can get this whole army onto a board and into action as soon as possible. So I want to take a look at the technique of batch painting. We'll talk about what it is, also the materials. AK Interactive has just released a series of paints called Quick Gen, so it's a quick painting paint. There's others out there like Army Painter. They have Speed Paint, that's the name of their brand. Vallejo in their Game Color line has different washes and speed paint. So let's take a look. I have some figures here. I have a couple picked out, and I mounted the two figures to a pre-made base. This is a Gamer's Grass Winter base. I just want to see how fast I can get these two figures done. This is a white figure, this is a black figure. I figured we'd go with white and black, do it quick, and see how fast we can do these two figures. A couple things to keep in mind when you're batch painting miniatures. If you need to thin or refresh your paint, always use the medium that's recommended. It's acrylic, not water. In that regard, make sure you use the proper palette, which would be a dry palette, because you don't want water to get into the paint. Don't use a wet palette. Pick some really nice brushes. We'll probably use a number 2, a broad brush, to do most of the application. So, get yourself those items, get ready, get batch painting. Let's test the theory and see how this AK Quick Gen works. Let's do a little bit of quick painting. We'll use this Stormtrooper. See, he's all white, so I got white shadow. We're going to wash or basically paint each section with this paint and make everything jump or contrast. I have the medium here if I need it. It's recommended to prime your figure white, and I agree with that. I think that it's easier to tone things down than to brighten them up. So I prime white. So I'll pour some of this into the palette. I'm going to use a number 1 brush, and I think I'll use the larger 2 on the other figure I have that has much broader surface. Okay, so let's do some contrast batch painting on the Stormtrooper. Batch painting provides the gamer with a quick way to paint his army fast. You also end up with a really nicely shaded finish. A couple of hints would be that this is basically high contrast painting, so be sure to prime your figures white for the best effects. Also, use the paint's medium, not water. Make sure you use one even coat of paint when you paint. Don't be tempted to backtrack and go over the first coat until it's dry. I painted a figure in less than 5 minutes, so I can see painting a whole army really quickly.